but it's still a funny ass movie. I like the coach and all that. Though it gets silly, but it's a comedy, so of course. And then, by the way, this is the special R-rated version featuring racing never before seen footage. See, this proves here, at least this, I guess you could say, is considered the true unrated version, because back then, I guess you could say when this movie was coming out, and when they made the DVD of this, they obviously probably, long story short, I'm guessing the MPAA butchered this fucking movie to shreds to avoid any other, for a PG-13 rating, but I have not watched the R-rated version yet. I have not watched it. I bought it online, like, and I didn't even know there was an R-rated version, so I'm like, oh shit, I'm buying that instead. Fuck the PG-13 cut. So I don't know how that's gonna turn out. It's probably gonna be scenes I've never seen before, probably a little dirty, beyond what I normally see in the yeah. The more I think about it, they were kind of hinting on the R rating level, but they pretty much couldn't show it, so it's kind of cut. Yeah, anyway, babbling on about that Saving Silverman. And another movie with Jack Black, but it's not just him. You got Robert Downey Jr. and Ben Stiller. And yes, folks, I give you Tropic Thunder. Booty sweat, busting the nut. Oh god, fucking Al Pacino. No, not the actor. Yeah, that. Not, like I said, not the actor. It's the rapper doing the movie. If you haven't seen the movie yet, if not, then watch it on Cinemax if you ever see it. Watch it from the beginning. It's fucking funny. And the next movies are Road Trip, Scary Movie 2, 45. Okay, I purposely did that in case you want to see the case. If you never find that DVD as a buy, I found it as for rent, but thankfully I got the copy from my mom. I know someone had a job, but that's a long story. I'm not getting into that. And Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Fucking love that film too. I wanna live the awesome 90s of your comedies. Your first invent the universe. Yeah, I'm singing to myself, don't mind me. Okay, the next two film, the first one I'm gonna show, I not yet watched this because I have not yet watched this because it's my dad's. He bought this, and like I said, it's in my possession at this point. And besides, there's no room in his room, so I leave in here. So I have a shelf for it to be in. So it has this place to be shelved and not in his room. So yeah. So yeah, this is his movie, Michael Clayton. Never watched it, don't know much about it. So like I said, it's his movie, and I just have it in my collection. But it's gonna be certain movies I'll watch that he has. And I know there's some movies he has that I watched so far. This movie is mine. Not all, like I said, not everything belongs to everyone else. That's in my shelf, but yeah. This movie, however, is funny as fuck. Plus, they make fun of Rambo, which is pretty funny too. So yeah, one of the better spoof films of that time. And before I continue on, I should say, I had the movie Trading Places, but I don't know what happened to that movie. I used to have it, but I lost it. I just lost that movie, and I can never find it in this room. It looks like I have to rebuy that movie, obviously, which sucks because I don't want to rebuy it. I mean, it's not like I bought the movie, and really, my mom gave it to me, which was awesome. Too bad I gotta look for it. Hopefully, one day I'll come across it and actually find it. hopefully if I still have it laying around, obviously that ain't the case, so I don't know what happened to the movie, Trading Places. I thought that was a funny movie, Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, and yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis, but yeah, I'm talking about a movie I don't have anymore because I don't know where the hell it went. But yeah, and this movie, this is actually was my brother's, but I have for like almost 2 years now. Been a couple of years and I never returned it. This is my brother's and it was in his room, but he let me borrow it and never came back to get it in return. And it's The Condemned with Steve Austin and Vinnie Jones. It's like not really something that's the best film on the planet, and it's just, I mean, I don't mind the movie, but it just, I don't know, it's just not my favorite film. So yeah, my brother's movie, and never returned for it, but that's the way things are. And but this film, however, I do like. Plus, to me, it's my personal favorite comedies by Ben Stiller, and that is Zoolander. Yes, I actually like that movie, so can't really judge for. Yeah, you got very, I don't know, something about this movie I just get a kick out of. It's just so silly, and yeah, it's just so damn watchable. But the reason why another reason why this movie probably didn't do so good, because it came out at such a bad time. For those who probably know about what date it came out, when this movie first went in theaters, and if you know what date that was, its release date, and you know what I mean, it was a bad time to release it. 9/11. Yes, folks, that came out the same day as when that incident happened. So those who were, if you're in New York and all that, and this movie, not too much was going on, so obviously with the whole towers thing, so that pretty much messed everything up for this. Now, for some reason, this could have been a movie to be released in the summer, like mid-summer, late August. Then it would have been probably a little okay to be, but it's still played in other places, in other states, besides New York. So the people who don't live in New York probably have relatives or whatever. Not many people went to see this movie, I'm guessing. Like I said, the whole 9/11 thing, so. I'll actually, if I'm not mistaken, because I looked up on the internet and that's what it said. That was the release date of this movie. Like I said, bad timing. But not their fault, because obviously we didn't know what was going to happen, obviously, prior to this movie's release. Fuck you terrorist bastards. And I'm a New Yorker, so they fucked that up for everybody. But I still like the movie anyway. Wasn't, like I said, it wasn't their fault that had to happen. Now, this is a classic comedy by Kevin Smith, and I want to get more of his movies. I don't really have any other movies with him in it that I can think of, but I really want to get his other movies. And I want to get the sequel, too. Probably the only sequel that Kevin Smith ever done for this movie, and that's Clerks. To me, I think is one of the best films ever created by Kevin Smith. Low budget, yes, but very fun to watch. And I like its quirky humor that it's thrown in there, and I love all these characters, especially Dante and Randall. But the reason I like it, because it's like, just because you could somehow relate to those characters in Clerks. You're at your job that you don't really give two shits about, so you're stuck there. You have to deal with people every day. You have to deal with the usual bullshit, and when you're at the moment where you just don't want to be there, and I get like that too, so I'm kind of like Dante at some levels sometimes. I'd be like, I shouldn't be here right now, so I can relate to that. So like, you have to be at work, and you don't want to be waking up in the morning, you're tired as shit. So I can totally relate to the whole thing, especially with school, because I'm not in a regular school, so I'm in not a special, it's special education, but it's not like kind of school. I'm not like a school where I can't really get into that, because like I said, I don't want to, but we do like work like regular people too, besides schoolwork, so it's pretty interesting. program that we're in. Yes, we get paid. Hopefully I do get paid. Fucking kill someone so I don't. I'm at the verge of not getting them. Yeah. Now another film is another classic I have. I think Tom Hanks' best performance, and that is Forrest Gump. Really fun. I really enjoyed that film. Really like the story. I think it's really well written, and it is based off a novel, which I actually do have, and I'm looking right at it, and it's a novel by Winston Groom. So that's the original novel. Let's see, Forrest Gump, written by Winston Groom. So that's where it was first adapted, for those who don't know, based on a novel.